It is a pleasure to
Es
be
un placer
here.
estar aquí.
I want to talk to you about a subject
Quiero hablarles sobre un tema
that I have found very few people really understand
que he encontrado que muy pocas personas entienden
or want to talk about.
o que quieran hablar de.
That subject is bullying.
Ese tema es el bullying.
I have found that many adults
He encontrado que muchos adultos
do not understand
no entienden
that bullying,
que el bullying
they can experience it too.
ellos también lo pueden sentir.
Most adults say
Muchos adultos dicen
that's kids.
que eso es de niños.
I want to define bullying for you.
Quiero definir bullying
It is
es
unwanted,
no ser querido,
controlling,
controlable,
forceful behavior
actitud forzadamente
towards others
ante otros
that involves a real
que involucran real
or perceived
o percibido
imbalance,
imbalance.
seeking to harm,
El buscar de dañar,
intimidate,
intimidar
or coerce,
o maybe another
persuade,
a persuadir
as vulnerable.
como vulnerable.
I have found 18 different types of bullying.
He encontrado 18 diferentes tipos de bullying.
I want to share
Y quiero
my story
compartir
with you.
mi historia con usted.
I was bullied as a child,
A mí me hicieron bullying cuando estaba pequeña
and I experienced it
y lo experimenté
as an adult for
como
many years
adulto por muchos años
and did not know that's what I was experiencing.
y sin darme cuenta que eso era lo que estaba pasando.
I would always just say, people are so mean.
Yo solamente decía, la gente es mala.
So I want to share some words
Entonces quiero compartir unas palabras
with you
con usted
that you might be able to relate to.
que tal vez puedan tener relación con
Persecute,
persecución,
oppressed,
ser oprimida,
tyrannize,
tyrannize. Maybe a different word. Does anybody else know a different word for tyrannize?
Tormented.
torment is another word.
Atormentado,
Yeah. Intimidate
intimidado
and domineer.
y dominio.
Also,
También
coerce.
el coerce,
Yes.
Okay.
Which is
el
persuade.
cual es persuadir.
And the definition is
Y la
persuade
definición es persuadir
an unwilling person
a una persona que no quiere
to do something
que haga algo
by using force or
por
threats,
utilizar fuerza o amenaza
to compel
para llevar
by force,
a través de la fuerza,
intimidation,
intimidación
or authority,
o autoridad,
especially
especialmente
without regard
sin tener
for individual desire
algún deseo individual
or volition.
o algún derecho.
Okay. My son and I experienced bullying for a lot of years.
Mi hijo y yo tuvimos esto de bullying por muchos años.
And as I told you,
Y
I
como le
experienced
dije,
it
yo tuve esta experiencia
as a child
como cuando era pequeña
and as an adult,
y también como adulto,
not understanding
sin entender
that that's what I was experiencing.
que eso era lo que estaba pasando.
My son was 11 years old
Mi hijo tenía 11 años
when he experienced bullying the most.
cuando le pasaba más el bullying.
He was experiencing bullying by the teachers and students,
El bullying venía de parte de los estudiantes y de los maestros.
and because I was experiencing it as an adult,
Y como yo lo estaba pasando como adulto,
and didn't understand that
Y
was
no
my experience.
sin entender de que esa era mi experiencia.
I didn't know how to help my son.
No sabía cómo ayudarle a mi hijo.
I experienced bullying the most in the workplace.
Y yo más en el lugar donde tenía bullying era en el trabajo.
He came home one day with his head down,
Él vino a casa con su cabeza agachada un día
and I asked
y le
him what was
pregunté,
wrong,
¿qué te pasa?
and he said,
Y él dijo,
people just keep being mean to me.
la gente nomás sigue siendo mala conmigo.
So my response was,
Entonces mi respuesta fue,
tell the teacher.
dile a la maestra.
And he said,
Y le dije,
he's doing it too.
el maestro también lo está haciendo.
Can you imagine
¿Se imagina
the pain
qué dolor
and the heartbreak
y la quebrantada de corazón
that I felt,
que yo sentí,
not knowing how to help
sin
my
saber
son?
cómo ayudarle a mi hijo?
I had read the Bible for many years
Yo ya
before
había
that.
leído la Biblia muchos años.
I learned how to start studying the Bible.
Aprendí cómo estudiar la Biblia.
You see, I was looking for answers
Y entonces estaba buscando por respuestas
that man could not give me.
que el hombre no me podía dar.
The scriptures gave me
Las escrituras me dio
principles
principales
that I could apply to
que
the
podría
situation
aplicar ante esta situación
and help my son.
y ayudarle a mi hijo,
Although I
aunque yo
was still struggling
siempre estaba batallando
and still didn't know for
y
many
todavía
years
no sabía por varios años
that was my experience.
que era mi experiencia también.
I have also talked to people
También he hablado a muchas personas
that say they don't bully in church.
que dicen que no hacen bullying en la iglesia
I've experienced that too.
y también he tenido esa experiencia.
I have talked to people
He hablado con personas
that don't know
que no saben
how to respond
cómo responder
to bullying.
al bullying.
Because I have experienced it,
Porque como yo he tenido esa experiencia,
educated myself about it,
me he educado sobre esto,
now I am able to help
ahora yo puedo ayudar
others
a otros
identify bullying
e identificar lo que es bullying
by sharing the information with them
por compartir la información con ellos
about the different types of bullying.
sobre los diferentes tipos de bullying.
Bullying happened in the Bible.
El bullying pasó en la Biblia
For a lot of people.
para muchas personas.
I want to start at the beginning.
Quiero empezar en el principio.
Adam and Eve.
Adán y Eva.
Eve was bullied by
Eva
Satan,
tuvo bullying a través de Satanás.
and then Eve bullied Adam.
Y después Eva le dio bullying a Adán.
Satan presented a thought
Satanás le dio un pensamiento
to Eve
a Eva
that she didn't have.
que ella no tenía.
She didn't have to receive the thought,
Ella no tuvo que recibir ese pensamiento,
but she received the thought and acted upon it.
pero recibió y actuó ante ello.
Genesis chapter 3,
En Génesis capítulo 3,
verses 1 through 6.
del versículo 1 al 6,
I'm going to read from the Good News Bible.
voy a leer de una versión de la Biblia.
So can I read through it? Or-
Yeah, just read.
Okay.
Yeah, the read down the verse.
Now the snake was the most cunning animal that the Lord God had made. The snake asked the woman, "Did God really tell you not to eat fruit from any tree in the garden?" "We may eat the fruit of any tree in the garden," the woman answered, "except the tree in the middle of it. God told us not to eat the fruit of that tree or even touch it. If we do, we will die." The snake replied, "That's not true. You will not die. God said that because he knows that when you eat it, you will be like God and know what is good and what is bad." The woman saw how beautiful the tree was and how good its fruit would be to eat. And she thought how wonderful it would be to become wise. So she took some of the fruit and ate it. Then she gave some to her husband, and he also ate it. Tempt is another word.
La tentación es otra palabra.
Entice or attempt.
El tener una tentación
To entice someone to do something
o darle una tentación, incitar a alguien
that they find attractive,
que ellos encuentran atractivo,
but know to be wrong or
pero
not
que
beneficial.
lo saben que no tienen, o sea, que no tiene beneficio.
In verses 8 through 13,
En el versículo de los versos 8 al 13,
they played the blame game.
se estaban jugando el juego de echarse la culpa uno al otro.
An emotional bully,
Un bullying emocional,
this is the definition.
esta es la definición,
They interrupt you,
que te interrumpen,
cry to get their way,
tratan de llegar a su punto,
throw fits,
hacen berrinche,
accuse and blame,
acusan y le echan la culpa,
yell and scream,
gritan,
punish, seek revenge and threaten.
buscan como echarle la culpa a otros.
They use their emotions to control
Y
you
así es como usan las emociones para controlar
and the situation.
la situación.
Didn't you hear me use the word blame? I said they played the blame game.
¿Ven cómo yo utilicé la palabra de echarse la culpa?
So what was happening there is
Entonces ahí lo que estaba pasando
was emotional bullying going on.
era el bullying emocional.
In verses 14 through 19,
Del versículo 14 al 19,
these scriptures talk about the consequences
estas escrituras hablan sobre las consecuencias
of their disobedience.
de la desobediencia.
Here's another story.
Aquí está otra historia
Cain and Abel. When
de
Cain,
Caín y Abel.
when
Caín y Abel.
when Cain killed Abel
De cuando Caín mató a Abel
in Genesis chapter 4,
en el capítulo 4 de Génesis.
that was physical bullying.
Ese era bullying físico.
There was also verbal bullying. Oh, I'm sorry. David and Goliath is a third story.
Otra historia es la de David y Goliat,
And that was 1 Samuel
y ese es el primera de Samuel,
chapter 17,
capítulo 17,
verses 42 through 44.
versículos 42 a 44.
Well, I'll read verse 41.
El versículo 41 va a leer.
The Philistines started walking toward David. I'm sorry. The Philistines started walking toward David with his shield bearer walking in front of him. He kept coming closer. And when he got a good look at David, he was filled with the scorn for him because he was just a nice, good-looking boy. He said to David, "What's that stick for? Do you think I'm a dog?" And he called down curses from his God on David. And I said, 44. "Come on," he challenged David, "and I will give your body to the birds and animals to eat." There was a number of different types of bullying going
Entonces
on.
ahí hay una cantidad de bullying que estaba pasando.
Verbal bullying,
Bullying verbal,
mental,
mental,
direct,
directo,
narcissistic,
narcisismo,
and overt bullying.
and what?
Overt.
Y demás.
So now I'm going to define these for you so that you know that what I'm saying is true.
Entonces ahora va a explicar lo que cada uno de estos es para que vean que lo que está diciendo es verdad.
Verbal bullying,
Entonces el bullying verbal
talking negatively about someone,
es cuando alguien está hablando negativo de otro,
their weight,
su peso,
race,
su peso, su raza,
sexuality,
su sexualidad,
culture,
cultura,
religion,
religión,
name calling,
decirle nombres,
teasing,
molestar,
cursing,
diciendo malas palabras,
shouting,
gritando,
spreading rumors and lies,
diciendo rumores y mentiras,
gossip,
chisme,
putting others down,
poniendo otros hacia abajo,
telling mean jokes,
diciendo chistes malos,
saying racial slurs,
diciendo cosas raciales,
sexual harassment,
acoso sexual
and religious slander.
y hablar religiosamente mal.
All of that is under verbal bullying.
Todo eso está bajo el bullying verbal.
Mental bullying is
El bullying mental
they bully by name calling,
es cuando dicen nombres malos,
yelling at you,
cuando te gritan,
insults,
insultos,
threatens,
amenazas,
imitates,
cuando te imitan,
mocks,
cuando te hacen burla,
ignoring,
ignorar.
and okay. Well, thank you for your time,
Bueno, gracias por su tiempo
and just know the
y
bullying
nomás
happens
sepa
everywhere,
que el bullying pasa en cualquier parte
and there's no age range.
y no importa la edad.
Come on, happy